So recently somebody called me from the USA. She works in Florida. She lives and works in Florida. And she was telling me that there was this lady at her workplace that was bent on her losing her job. She said the lady reports her consistently to management, making life difficult for her. And she said the lady even keyed her car. And she said the lady is a Jamaican. And I said to her, you know, she being a Christian, I said to her, you know, you need to pray for that lady because what she's doing is not really that it is innate in her. It is a learned behavior that came about as a result of slavery. Those feelings of resentment and jealousy and hatred that lady has for you is as a result of the psychological and social legacy of slavery. Slavery did a number on us, you know. Slavery really did a number on us. Bakramasa, you know what Bakramasa did? Bakramasa divided and ruled us. He set the field slave against the house slave. He set the lighter skin complexion slave against the darker skin complexion ones. He set those who he considered to be trustworthy and against those who were more rebellious and quarrelsome and complaining. So Bakramasa divided us. If he could divide us among ourselves, he has less work to do, even though he used a system of force against us. Because remember also that during slavery, they had slave patrols who would catch the runaways. And they had militia, slave militia. And after slavery was abolished, these slave patrols and slave militia morphed themselves into what is present-day police forces in the Caribbean region. Yes, believe it or not. The police force came as a result of slavery. All right? Now, as I said, the Bakramasa used divide and control. Also, we had what you call internalized racism. After being told that you were inferior for so many hundreds of years, after a while you begin to believe and you begin to internalize it, and after a while it becomes generational, meaning you pass it down from one generation to the next. So this internalized racism exhibits itself even today in the form of skin bleaching, in the form of people straightening their hair because they were told that your hair was too nappy, and so people want to look more European, right? You may not consciously say that to yourself, but in a subconscious way, that is how it is. Also, we had what is called a scarcity mentality. Remember, the slaves were kept away from land. The slaves were kept away from education and wealth. So over time, somebody's success trigger in you a feeling of, or challenges your self-worth, that you are no good, you are failed. And so feelings of resentment, jealousy and hatred come about instead of their success being an inspiration to you. Also, we find that during slavery, Bakramasa would view the slaves as being subhuman. So we were not allowed to own weapons. We were not allowed to own property during slavery. So you find that success today may cause your peers who are marginalized socially and economically to be resentful of your success, right? All going back to slavery. And also, success was measured with how well you were able to approximate yourself to European ideals and norms and distance yourself from blackness. As I say, the distancing yourself from blackness came about through nowadays through skin bleaching, through straightening of one's hair, even through where you live, even the accent that you speak. There is in Jamaica, there is an uptown and a downtown accent. Yes, we call it accent policing, right? So these are things that came about during slavery and exist to today with us. There were no attempt by the powers that be, the colonial authorities, to address the psychological trauma that slavery caused to the people. And so, because there was no attempt to address it, your success may cause and give rise to some pain in these people, unresolved pain, which brings about feelings of jealousy, hatred, and envy. All right? It is said that when a Jamaican passes through a door, he or she kicks it shut in the face of another Jamaican. And I can tell you as a fact, having lived a little while overseas, that I got more help from my Haitian friends than I did from my Jamaican friends. My Haitian friends would help me to navigate various systems and programs that were set up to help me as an immigrant, right? And I find that my Jamaican country folk that I would expect help from, I got little or no help from them. And that is a fact. Don't knock me